Welcome to Miss Dragon's Menagerie. Everyone is welcome, everyone is accepted. The only requirement is that you are loving, kind, and respectful to one another. Bad behavior will not be tolerated. Hello. I really didn't broadcast this much. Welcome to the replay crew, those who stop in afterwards. I just pretty much scheduled it and went about my morning because there's stuff I had to get done. It's Monday again, as usual. I'm back in the dark room because I haven't done much with it. I haven't done much of anything. Well, I mean, I've done too much of other stuff and not enough of shit that I need to get done. It was, they're not on yet. One popped off today, so I took the rest of them off, and now I've got to file all the glue off and probably just put some temporary stickies so I can put on the ones before my class reunion nice and secure so they don't pop off in the middle of it. So, yeah, so it's Monday, and I'm not ready to tackle the week at all. Oh, that looks weird. I can see myself on my camera. So, hopefully someone shows up. If not, I'll ramble to myself for about half an hour, and then I'll go get a whole bunch of other shit I need to get done. I have a hockey bag full of bedding that I use to go to the cabin because it's bring your own bedding. They have a mattress pad. I need to get one of those little portable washing machines and take it to the cabin, wash all those next time. But I don't know when they're going to open up again. They still got work on the back steps to do, which confused me. They put in a new fire pit. We can't have any fires. They put in benches to sit around the fire, but they haven't fixed the back steps. I would think the steps would be more important because they already had a fire pit and some benches and on the picnic table, but that's government. I don't even want to understand how they worked. But yep. So, and tomorrow I will try to be on I'm aiming for noon because I got a doctor's appointment. No. Yeah, I guess I'll be aiming closer to noon. Something bit me in my hand in my sleep. These rings have an advantage. Oh, that scratches. I have a doctor's appointment at 1:30, so I need to be out the door by 1 o'clock. So I'll just show up here, make up. Instead of my comfy shorts, I'll have my denim shorts on and my shoes, and I'll just exit y'all and I'll head out the door and go. Oh, wait, no. I'll see what time because I think hubby will be home because we're going to ride in together since we have one visit on back to back. Well, who knows what tomorrow's going to look like. Wednesday, I know I am not going to be here. Wednesday, I have a what do you call it? Breast biopsy. So I will be getting stabbed. Fine. And they have to use the ultrasound to make sure they get it in the right spot. Hopefully I can at least watch that. I don't know. I'm not looking forward to it, but it might be an excuse to not stick around so long for the class reunion. I have been so overwhelmed lately. I mean, Friday I didn't get to go live because I only had a few minutes. I do not want to do this week either. No, I don't know if I'm going to get here tomorrow. If I do, it'll be earlier because I got a doctor's appointment at 1:30. On Wednesday, I have the breast biopsy to get done. So I won't be here Wednesday. Not looking forward to that at all. And next Tuesday and Wednesday, I won't be here either. Because I'll be over on the west side for my cardiologist appointment. But just get them over and done with, and might as well. I just as much as I can get done before the next insurance thing goes around and I have to start paying a deductible again. I'm not looking forward to it at all. This hand itches. Something bit me. Oh, yeah. I know. I go alone to the ones in Ohana because you can't do anything. There's no, sitting out in the waiting room was really, really boring. So, no. And I don't know what bit me in the middle of the night. You see a red mark? That's swollen. Something bit my hand and my leg. It itches. It's probably a spider bite. The old saying, if your palm itches, you're going to come into some money. And I looked at mine and went, yeah, no, that's not. If anything, it's going to cost me money if I have to go to the doctor. So, yeah, that gets tough. That gets really, really tough. I mean, we're taught to be strong, that we can do this, especially women. I think society has done its best to trick women so they, think, oh, you have to be independent. You have to do this. You have to do all this all by yourself. When it comes down to it, it's not. It's how it's supposed to be. Mm-mm. I mean, it's not. And that's why we have kids who behave like they do now. Um, they don't have the even the two parents to bounce off and work off of each other with. I was the kid that went. I was the kid was like, I'd go to dad and I'd go to mom and I'd go, if it's okay with dad, is it okay with you if I go to wherever? And I was, and she'd be like, yeah, that's fine. If it's okay with your dad. I'd go to my dad and say, Mom said it's okay, I'm going. So, yeah, kids are tough. I mean, I was never the kid that called my parents asking for advice. Well, I never would ask my mother for advice anyway, but, you know, just wasn't the kid that called a lot. So, oddly enough, it was easier on me when my dad crossed because it's just like, as usual, I don't call. So, yeah, mother called so much I had PTSD from my old ringtone. But, um, what do you call it? Hey, Rick, how are you? Um, my youngest doesn't text a lot, but oh God, 23. I had married, not quite a mortgage yet, but I had the 9.5 pounder, and I wasn't working until he got a little bit older, and then I didn't work for Had the second one 3 years later and came home and opened a licensed daycare. So I could, be there watching them grow up. But yeah. I will say though, hey, suspicious. I was the parent who had no problems disciplining. We just had to find out the right little thing. It's like my oldest, he was the kid that you could spank and he'd laugh at you. You know, he'd just look at you and laugh like, "Oh, that didn't hurt me." But if you told him he had to go into timeout into his room where he was no longer the center of attention, he's a left-handed Scorpio. That was a meltdown, a complete meltdown. So we knew. Yeah. It's okay. We all have moods. I'm gonna have a mood Wednesday. Not looking forward to it. But yeah, my youngest, I just have to start counting. And I don't know who counts with the granddaughter, if it's somebody at daycare or what. But I'll just look at her and I'll go 1, and boom, she's whatever she's supposed to be doing. And so someone at daycare counts with her. So yeah, but yeah, my youngest, I just had to start counting or just give him that look that mothers give the kids. And he's just like, all right. So, but yeah. As I got older, I had no problem smacking them the backside of the head when they did something stupid. As teenagers, you really can't really spank them as teenagers, but you can go by them and go, "Whap!" and then keep walking. So, yeah, that's what I do. You're both, sweetheart. I can guarantee that you are both. Hey, Sandy, how are you? I mean, because you get frustrated because you put in all this effort. Oh yeah, I've even give kids at the grocery store the look when they're running up and down the halls. I mean, you put in all this effort. It's your child. You take care of them. You protect them. You do what you feel is best for them, and you do the best you can within the area that you're at. And you know, it hurts because you put forth all that effort, but then you're also pissed off because I put forth all this effort and they don't give a shit. You know, remember my oldest looked at me one day. I think he's about 13. He thought he was just gonna hurt me. He looks at me and goes, "I don't love you." And I looked right back at him and I went, "I don't care. I didn't have you to love me. I had you to do things for me." Talk about a shocked look on his face. So yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the other one's got to her head too. So that sucks. That really sucks because you bend over backwards. I mean, yeah, maybe it comes down to when she comes running back saying, "I need this, this, and this," to do the old tough love bit. Sucks, but just say no. They'll figure it out after a while. Yeah, they'll figure it out. It's like, they'll think, hopefully they think back to their actions of, I shit on mom, so I guess payback's a bitch. But mm, um I tended to favor dad over mother, but mother was a narcissistic. Well, it starts with a C word. Most over here we just call them a bitch, but I would call her the C word. Because if there wasn't anything in it for her, she didn't bother to do it. So dad was just laid back and chill, and he's like, yeah, whatever. Yeah. Yeah. Oh boy, that's quite the swing. That's quite the swing. So that is quite the childhood. No. Yep. Yeah, I know I've done better than my mother did. My mother, I think Nathan was about 4. She looked at me and went, "Nathan came out good in spite of you." I wanted to crawl over the back seat of the car and strangle her. No. Hey, Don, how are you? Cupcake, you missed to see. Yeah, I just one thing I figured out uh early in life was to she had these expectations, and rather than meet them, I would fall just short. So basically deny her of what she wanted. So, yeah, I was a I was a prick. Yeah. Um I could have been a straight A student if I wanted to. I didn't want to. Yeah. Oh, good lord. Occasionally I would remind my mother of a memory, and oh my, they used your social security number to I've heard of that before. I know someone who that happened to. But yeah. Yeah, I knew someone who had that happen to. Um I'd remind her that about her broken arm and how I was the one who broke it because she was hitting me. So, uh, I knew someone who did that to their daughter, and it was a finger hut catalog. Trying to get things, you're strapped as is. You got kids. Um, Using the kids' social security number and name to open up another finger hut account to put things under the tree for Christmas. Yeah. Um, yeah, my mother was big on the credit, and I was not, and neither was dad. And to this day, I do not have a credit card. I will not reward the bankers with my extra hard-earned money so they can make money off of it. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you kind of become like the house servant, which really, really sucks. They did that to my great aunt. They expected her to be the cook, the clean, the everything, and yeah. Yep. Oh, yeah. I have horror payments. I can't stand them. I don't like interest rates, and I try to work on the daughter. Yeah, yeah. That's how a lot of people looked at my mother, and they would guilt her with the how to put it lightly, the the familia attitude. Well, your family, you should do this for us, you know. And I look at back now, and what I found out seconds after she died, I think, and the way she was, well, this place don't like me talking about stuff, they don't like anybody talking about that stuff with young children and older people. And I think she kind of did that, would give people money to, say, look, I have this money. I made something of my life besides what was done to me. But the thing is, though, then people figured out how to use her. So, oh yeah, tell that to the 8-year-old. It's like, she's like, she was hungry. She wants to eat. I said, okay, go make it. Put it in the microwave. She'll have a quesadilla. Put it in the microwave. And go play Fortnite. And then sit there and goes, well, where's my quesadilla? I said, you put it in the microwave. Get off that and go get it. Yeah. But she got her butt in trouble at home, so she doesn't get any screen time at home. So, this is her 2 hours of Fortnite 3 days a week. Yeah, yeah. You end up robbing Peter to pay Paul, and it just doesn't work. No. Mm-mm. Um, there's too many people out there who will take advantage of that. I still got to get to the post office. I'll probably get to it. My goal. Hopefully tomorrow. It's already in the car. Actually, it's got to go to UPS. Yeah. Oh, Rick, that bites. The universe doesn't want you to take out a loan. But yeah, it's packed away in the car and all taped up, and it's just got to go to UPS. Hopefully I can get a chance to stop by there tomorrow. Because we don't have a UPS here. So we don't have much here. Oh, yeah. I mean, I was in the school district, working in the school district when the kids were in school. But the only bills I really have, well, not even now anymore. Well, they were medical bills, but since everything right now is all paid for, I don't have anything. I think the big bill is streaming services. It's still cheaper than the 190 we were paying for DirecTV. So I pay for Netflix and Hulu. And then, of course, all my stuff on YouTube. Microsoft Office. Of course, my Cricket, which I need to use more often. I pay $10 a month to have access to all the fun little stuff that you can make, that I need to unbury that thing and start working on it. But my biggest bill is groceries, because I can't. For me, a quart of milk, a half gallon of milk is over $6, because I can't. Oh my, honey, moan any complain anytime, and it didn't really sound good when I started to come out of my mouth. But yeah, the debit cards aren't too bad. Yeah. Our credit's up there, but it could be up there a lot better had I actually took out a card, but I won't do it. So yeah. Um, I don't miss payments. Well, I don't have any payments anyway, other than it all comes out of the computer, so I don't miss payments. And so that's one of the things they like looking at. I don't overdraft. I don't. So, and my play money comes out of daycare money. So now I think I have four, no, 12 kimonos. I need to stop. Yeah, so I need to work on the solid ones so that they can go with the shirts that have patterns. But I need to stop. But some of them are so pretty. No. Yeah. Wish there was a thing uh Maxwell said about how like a lot of your bills will come in all capital letters because they really can't. How'd that work? They really can't build the person, the Christian named person. I'd have to go back and find it, but yeah, I know. So, and I have seen a lot of bills come through with just capital letters for your name, not the capital in the first, and then So, but Temu again. I need to shut off the notifications for Temu. Yeah, I like listening to Jordan. I can't say that I blame you. Who was it? Is it Survival Living? Brad? He was talking about how his curtains, they have blackout curtains and stuff. So if stuff goes down, um, uh, and you have light in your house, and other people don't, um, you know, they can't tell that you don't have they can't tell that you have light. Well, obviously you can't hardly see any light in this room and it's 150. So, but it's, for light blackout and trying not to yawn. Yeah. Yeah. Gotta find my good glasses because they don't make my eyes so tired and make me feel tired. Um, but they also keep out these backings I made keep out the heat and the cold, which is great. So yeah. I've heard of those. Never used them, but I've heard of those. Um, so it's just darker than the inside of a cow without this or the lights on up here. But no, another thing he had mentioned too. If it does hit the fan, if you can rinse out like any canned food you have, so anybody, people can't go through your garbage and smell, or even go by your garbage and smell that you've had food. So, little things that people don't think about. And I was like, good to know. Mm, mm. I hope I don't, but yeah. Oh, mine just put it in a parcel locker if it gets too big. Because before Amazon went to the post office, it all came here. I never had to go to the post office because I never had any bills. So now I have to go to the post office. So, but yeah, they would just exactly. Yep. You never advertise. Mm-mm. I wouldn't be able to advertise anyway. I don't speak rest of the same language that the rest of the neighborhood speaks. So, but what did they? It's like Brad had said, when you get people looking over for, coming looking for help or whatever, give them a cup of noodles. It fills their stomach. It's warm. It gives them a little bit of energy, but it doesn't really take out of your pantry. I'm like, it's a good idea. I mean, yeah. Who the hell wants most of the shit I got in here? I'd probably frighten most people if they came into this room. Cracks me up as my granddaughter calls this room comfy cozy. So, I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about that. All the scraps and good. Hold on to that thing. I don't know if you guys can have. They're fine to carry here. They're considered a non-lethal kinetic device that they're on here on YouTube. Pictures of people using them, and they're big slugs that come out, but they're not built to penetrate through skin, but they can do some serious damage. You can probably break a leg or whatever if you hit it just right. You probably could control alt delete somebody if you put it to their forehead or more to their temple and then did it. But you don't need a permit. You don't need anything. You can conceal it and carry it with you wherever you go. So. Oh yeah. Well, how did that one person say it? After World War III, the next war will be fought with sticks and stones. Yeah. I hold on to some styrofoam. Evidently, styrofoam is banned in Washington State. I guess you can't buy it. You can still receive shit that's packed in styrofoam. So, but I had a speech class in college in 85. No. That's interesting. Is it one of those red baseball hats? Yeah, the kid in college, our speech class, it had to do a how-to speech. The kid in college taught us all how to make a Molotov cocktail. That's what speech class was for us. That was a fun class. Oh, baseball bat, not hat. I read that. I don't have those glasses on. I read it as bat. I mean, a hat on a baseball hat. It's a good idea. Still like the Louisville Sluggers. I prefer the sound of that wood cracking over that metal. Ting. Of course, definitely for opening boxes. It's like my dad made sure I had all my eating utensils. If it flew, I had the proper utensil for that. If it walked or crawled, I also had the proper eating utensil for that one. So they're by all means nothing new, but if anything, they should probably be in a museum. But I've got them. To tell kids, I said those are eating tools. Those are your, that's part of your gardening tools too. So it's like had out. Was talking with the kids, the daycare kids. I've got a ancient, shit's older than I am. Single shot, 22. I said, is this hurting anybody? She's like, I gotta turn the heat on. God dang it. I mean, the air conditioning on. I said, is this hurting anybody? They're like, no. I said, has it moved? They're like, no. Is it gonna fire by itself? And they're like, no. Come on. There we go. And, I said, exactly. These aren't the problem. Hey, Seventh, hope you're feeling better. I said, these aren't the problem. It's what's behind it that's the problem. Fuck. You're going to be having to raise your chickens inside so nobody knows you have them. It's all about control. And people who say, they want people when they say jump to go how high. People like us, when they say jump, we tell them to fuck off. So, Jesus. It's part of the reason I tell people hold on to your kinetics as long as you can. No. That's ridiculous. It's like, I told the daycare kids, same thing with the, with the kinetic devices. It lays there. It doesn't move. It's not the problem. Just like your car. Well, unless it's an electric car, then it will probably blow up on its own. But it's not the one that runs, if there's not a person in it driving it, it's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to leave your neighborhood and go run over somebody else. It's not the vehicle, it's the nut job behind the wheel. Oh, I saw that. It's disgusting. And they only want to, of course, I tell the daycare kids, I said, okay, so you got kids in China who know how to assemble and disassemble a gun. You got kids over in the Middle East, 11 years old, dying for a cause. Your asses are playing a fucking video game. What's going to happen if you meet one of these kids and we go to war? Who's going to win? You ain't going to be here anymore. Yeah. Yep. One of the things I'm going to turn into a short. It says about, oh yeah, we are at war. Very much so. But most Americans don't have a clue. I also tell the kids, I said, you're also being tracked. Your behavior in a video game, an online video game. If you are mean and vicious unnecessarily in a video game, that shit gets documented. So down the road, you go to do something, they can go, nope, sorry, your behavior back then, because we're going into the Minority Report lifestyle there. Of what, well, this person might do something, so we have to, nip it in the bud. You know, well, that person might not either. It, uh, oh, yep, big time. Big time. I'm sure I'm on a watch list somewhere. Like I said, what are they going to do? Take away my ability to wash my dishes? So, yeah. I cannot doom scroll like some of the younger generation can. Can't do it. Gives me a headache. Can't see half the time anyway. So, let's see if I can find this meme. I think I saved it. Tell me I saved it. Yes. It's just so fitting for us. All right, turn it down so I can turn around and making the heart hands, Gen Z, millennials, Gen X. Pretty much fits us. Yep. Yep. Bread and circuses. Bread and circuses have now become barren football. Oh my God. I put up a thing on TikTok. It didn't get that much, but I've got God knows how many tens of thousands of views on this. And I just put down smart kid, and the kid, it was about 9/11, and it was like, who caused it? He put down Bush, and then I forget what it was from it. And people are in there arguing over the steel beams, if they can melt. I'm like, I've seen one person who understood why I said smart kid on the title, because it was the fact that who done it. People are arguing over melting beams. Those are the people who swallowed the Kool-Aid, who accepted the brainwashing. It was a sleight of hand of, we'll have them focus on this, not focus on the fact that we took thousands of lives so we can get the certain Patriot Act passed. Yep. Yeah. So the BBC said Tower 7 went down when it was still behind him when they were reporting on it. But yeah, we got the TSA. It's your, and if you could use that for a mammogram, whenever you go through that and they X-ray you. Yeah, most of these people are completely missing the point that their government has no problem hurting you. So, yeah, and I saw something years and years ago, probably about 18 years ago. It was on Prison Planet. Oh, I know. A bird will take a plane down, but you could watch the little explosions go down the sides. They detonated. It fell into its own footprint. So, yeah, but so many people are just so, even if they say that, well, I'm aware, I know what's going on, I know how, everything's happening. I'm like going, you're still fighting over beams. It's like I got my youngest. I did too. I wouldn't be surprised, suspicious. Was that where they wanted to rebuild the temple to Baal? Yeah. Oh, I remember watching it live, telling the boys, get out here. Hartong's going to talk about this in class. That was just when the first one happened. And then on the way to driving to school, the second one happened. So that's all we did in school was wheeling the TV set, keep an eye on the news. But the way I got my youngest to understand it was, because I said it's an inside job. We all know it. He's like, yeah, Mom. I said, if it wasn't, Why did Obama veto a bill so that the survivors could sue Saudi Arabia? That bill got overridden. It got the 2/3 majority, so they overrode his veto. So, I haven't done much with Harry Potter, but I know they sure don't like the author much right now. But yeah, I don't know if I saved it or not. But what all the is it? Um, Interesting. Well, isn't that where they also didn't they place the Magical Beasts in New York? That movie, I haven't. I think I only got past actually reading the third book, and then I got busy doing other things and never got back to. Oh, I stopped laying out in the sun tanning. That's why I never got to the other books. Um, but what did I learn about? New York has a uh, some kind of wire around the whole city that has to be checked. Okay, I will. I will. Um, I guess yearly, so that people can go off and because I guess during the Sabbath you're not even supposed to carry something. So it's like, how would you carry your child? How would you carry food to the table? How would you know? And I guess it's maintained and checked on continually. If something's broken, they fix it. I was like, wow, that's a lot. So, oh my God. I forget how many thousands and thousands of views I got on this one I did and I said entertainment purposes only, and it was a bunch of memes for the UN about wanting someone one of them was a person wanted a set of blue colanders. There's a bunch of blue helmets with yeah, cable, I think. Yeah, something, it was something that went around the city. Rope, cable, I don't remember what it was, but yeah. A collection of blue colanders. There's a bunch of stuff about UN helmets, and Clapper took that down. Took that one down, but still left the one that I forgot the TikTok watermark on. That's still up. So it's the world is getting weirder and weirder. Algorithms trying to manipulate people's lives, and most people don't even pay attention. I don't know. You know, interesting. What city in California has what back in the 30s? Someone discovered what a bunch of tunnels which look similar to a um, subway system, but they weren't invented yet. But that's the excuse that those are old subway tunnels. They weren't invented at that point when they were found underground. As if for how we get here, yep. We're pushed by frequencies. Oh, good Lord. I haven't seen a Palestinian. I haven't seen the other one flag here though either. Yeah. It's all meant for division. Fighting each other, we can't fight them. I just don't. It's like, so people, I'm sorry. I really don't want anybody else in this country. And they're like, why? I'm just like, well, for a lot of my ancestors, it hasn't been well since 1492. And they're like, oh, you know. So Nathan, my oldest, we were talking Friday about being Mexicans. I said, yeah, we're First Nation Mexicans. And he goes, well, me and I forget what his coworker's name. We're talking about it, and I says, well, I figured she was thinking we're Mexicans, and I'm like, I said, think about it, Nathan. If I'm a quarter, that makes grandma half, and that makes great grandma full. Yeah, no, we're Native Americans from Mexico. Oh, we are getting to that time faster than most people can think about it. But I said, yeah, Grandpa was a Spaniard, 6'5" Spaniard. I said, Grandma was an Indian, but not that kind, doesn't know. Wrong Indians. Were the Indians that the Mexicans took as slaves. So, it's a shame that they've been brainwashed that way. Yeah. Yeah, we don't have any of that here. This is a 70% Mexican, 30% white town. When the boys were younger in school, they had 2 half black kids in school. That pretty much made up one. But our history is a big time lie. But it's another reason if this biopsy comes out to be anything spectacular, I ain't doing anything. No. Oh my God, they're so. Oh, we're tolerant. We love everybody. The fuck you do? You're the assholes who scream at other people. If it's not in your little tiny world, and and you ask them what color is the sky in your world, I mean, I think she's finally growing out of it, but my oldest extra child, female, not daughter who lives there, but the other one, she went to Portland school, went to WSU first, then went to Portland, whatever it was, college in Portland. So that should tell you right there. And I said, yeah, I tell my students, I said, race isn't what's stopping you. Just because you're a certain something doesn't mean it's holding you back. I said, and she just had a meltdown. I said, I tell them, I said, my cousins, I said, 7 out of the 10 kids, 100% Mexican, work their ass off, are doctors. So being a certain ethnic background and race is no excuse. It just takes you to get off your ass and do something. And oh my God, she had a meltdown back then. Yeah. It's all good sheet-faced. Yeah. Yeah. She's learning. She's finally in her 30s and starting to realize, that basically she too was lied to at school. But yeah. Now, if my cousins in that family worked together, they could own their own office building, this, huge office building that took care of everything right then and there. But no, One's in Arizona, one's in Oregon, they're everywhere instead of working together. Yeah, I know. Sorry, baby. I am so sorry. I didn't mean to wind you up, love. That's just, yeah. Because then I get wound up and then we're both just snowball. I see me and my oldest talk. And Friday at dinner, Keith's like, we're at dinner, you two. And oh my gosh. So Friday, okay, got daughter home. Everything's good. Friday, went out to dinner. The 3-year-old granddaughter loves arguing with her Uncle Nene. And they're sitting there at the dinner table in a restaurant arguing with each other. And I'm like, oh my God. And she just adores him. They tease each other back and forth. And I'm like, oh no. So, yeah. And then Saturday, it was supposed to be sunny, blue skies, maybe a few clouds. I didn't get to see the sun except for the smoke. Normal services. Oh, what's normal? Normal's boring. I didn't see the smoke. It was lovely. I need to put all the pictures in because I did a little walking of up the trail and pictures of walking instead of making a video because I didn't have my gimbal. B, I needed to watch my footing. But yeah. So I told my dad. He's laying there with his, he couldn't talk anymore, but he could hear. I said, you're escaping this dystopian nightmare. What we got going on, it's not going to be pretty. And I told my kids, and I think that's why my granddaughter was a surprise, was I don't want you to have kids. I knew 20 some years ago it was going to be a shit show down the road. And so don't have them. I don't want to have to sit there and watch you starve so you could feed them. Yeah. So I got my granddaughter. She was just a little surprised. So that's why I'm not going to do anything heroic. Just enjoy my time and, part one. Are there we got one on Mount Adams that's still going. But the smoke we got was either from Canada or Oregon. You couldn't smell it, but it's like we live in Mars. It's like it's bright blue today because of the wind. But Saturday it was like living in Sunday. It was kind of like living in Mars because it was orange. But no, we really don't have any. At least around me, all our fires are out. But yeah, YouTube channels that complain about a certain group that charges you to get levels and see. There was somebody I need to look into. Santos. I understood he's a bit of a charlatan. Yeah. So some kid can now rejoice and figure out which banker is going to bomb his country next. Yeah, I think so. And the date. Remember the 5th of November. Article Treason and Plots. There is no reason the 5th of November should ever be forgot. Something like that. I can't exactly remember, but yeah. Oh yeah, it's yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, Yeah, gas. Yeah, gas prices may go down, but our oil reserves does too at the same time. But yeah, there's some that are, members only groups. Yeah, and then there's like wages members only group. We can watch and say things that other people would either report or get slapped at. Yeah. Yep. God, I wish we could. I need to get those 2 videos up. I should post them after this. Those 2 videos. I keep forgetting to do it. Because that's stuff on how we're an oligarchy. So, but people can't see it. Tell the daycare kids, I said, you guys got to fight. No one else is going to. Yeah, luckily I'm in such a small town. Our idea of chaos is 3 cars going down the road at one time. So, at 5 o'clock, well, it's not 5, it's more like 4:30. Our 4:30 rush hour is everybody going to the panaderia after work for something to eat, Fighting? People are weird. People are really, really weird. I got a couple of people on Patreon that I don't watch anything, do anything about, and I need to just stop those subscriptions because my dumbass decided not only am I paying for Patreon for Oppenheimer Ranch, I got gifted a membership, and so I kept it. So evidently I'm a big Oppenheimer Ranch project fan, but I like that channel. You want to get an idea of what was he, or he is, some kind of paleontologist. Was it a climate paleontologist? I don't know what Diamond was or is. Somewhere I took a screenshot so I could remember, but yeah, he oh yeah, I still watch Mark, Diamond, Israeli News Live. Who's the other one? Pastor Paul Begley, when he has Mike from Around the World on. No, I don't. Oh, that sucks. Holy cow. That solar observatory being shut down is still freaky. When they cleared everybody out of that town for, a reason that made absolutely no sense. So, I remember when we lost Street Cap 1, but he was quite older. He was an older guy. I know part of me wants to get the P1000, but I never hardly use my P900 to look at the moon. So, oh yeah, that poor guy. They just killed me. That was sad. Hydrogen power cars are going to make electric cars obsolete soon. Yeah, it's been an hour anyway, love. Okay. So I'm going to try to be back early tomorrow. I probably just finished doing my face while I talk to you guys. Use you guys as a mirror. So, because I don't want to go to the doctor, but I have to. Tired of it. Bruce sees all. Let's see if I can get to my to my own channel. Moi. My lighting is down so far low I can't even see it. So I could click on that before this closes. No sound, no sound, no sound. There we go. I clicked on it. All right, guys. Yep. Yeah, it's been we all kind of got to express ourselves. All right, guys. Hopefully I'll get my ass in gear tomorrow and be on here early enough. All right. All my love, Miss Dragon. I'll catch y'all on the flip side. And we're out.
Thank you for being part of Miss Dragon's menagerie. I hope you enjoyed your stay. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. All my love, Miss Dragon.